Greetings, my friends. James Jordan, Best Networker Live, coming to you today from my lovely home out here in Connecticut. And in this video, I wanted to just share with you a quick story about how I was able to start to have breakthroughs in my business, right? And how it correlates to you and how it can help you go out and get the results that you truly want in your business and in your life. You see, last year in 2013, I was building a team and I was bringing people into my team, and I was creating signups, and I was getting buzz on the internet and all this stuff, and I wasn't really feeling fulfilled, right? I was getting accolades, but I was bringing people in, and I wasn't really creating duplication. I wasn't bringing in quality people, so to speak, that would go out and produce, right? And even though I felt like I had some really talented people on my team, right, I was still the only one that was really producing and recruiting on a consistent level, and I had to take a step back and really look at myself and really humble myself, right? Because you see, we get into business and we seem to think that we know it all, right? And then eventually we just check our ego at the door. And I sat there last year and looked at where I was at in my business and where I wanted to go, and I asked myself, well, what's required, right? And I was someone who used to always say to myself, I know everything. I know just about everything I need to know in order to go out and hit this goal and hit that goal. And, I know this person and that person in the industry, right? So it's not like I had a lack of resources, right? So once I knew and understood, it had nothing to do with the information that I had, and it had more to do with my mindset and the things that I did on a daily basis, and just plugging in the simple concepts like getting out to live events, right? And I ended up getting out to this event called the Freedom Event in Miami earlier this year, January 2014. I'll never forget it because it was snowing like crazy. There was a snowstorm about 2 days before I left to go to Miami, Florida, while I was up here in Connecticut. So I was happy, right, to see sunny weather and tropical weather and palm trees. It was just awesome, right? But not only did I get to enjoy the weather at that time, I had a major breakthrough. I got to reconnect with a lot of people that I had known. I got to connect with people that I had connected with through Facebook that I hadn't met in person. And I got to connect with people for the first time that we had never communicated before. And I really created and established some very powerful relationships from getting out to that live event. But not only that, right? I realized that I was no longer building my business for me. I was no longer looking to get certain accolades and just speak on stage and all this other stuff that I thought I really wanted to do. In reality, what I just really wanted to do is I wanted to go out and help people. And I realized at that moment in time, in January, I realized that I was being selfish. And what do I mean by that? Well, you see, I wasn't doing everything that was required for me to go out and hit my goals and to go out and help and train and inspire other people. I wasn't being consistent, right? And because I wasn't being consistent, I was being extremely selfish. I wasn't thinking about, my family. I wasn't thinking about my team. I wasn't thinking about, the countless individuals that I'm here for, that my purpose is for, to go out and help them step into their power and achieve their goals and achieve their dreams, right? I just wasn't thinking about anyone else but myself. And when I came to that realization that I was no longer in this business for me, I cried. And I mean, I cried so loud that in a room full of 4,000 people, I'm sure everyone, if not just about everyone, heard me bawling when one of my mentors, David Sharp, was speaking that Sunday. And it was just a powerful experience. It was a life-changing experience. And when I realized that it was no longer about me, that it was about you, it was about my team, it was about my family, my children, my legacy, right? It was about those things. It really created some inspiration, and I started to set different intentions. I started to set different intentions about the type of people that I would attract to my team. And you want to know the key secret to attracting leaders in your team, right, and attracting people who will go out and take massive action? It's you being a leader, and it's you taking massive action, right? Because just like with kids, your team members, right, because we're all human beings, right, and we model other people, we will do what you do. right? I do what my mentors do, what the people who I view as leaders do, right? And when I do that, you know what happens? I go out and get the same results that they get, right? So if your results are inconsistent right now, you have to really look at what's going on with your process in your business, what's going on with how you interact with your team. How do you teach your team? Do you just teach your team one-on-one all the time, or do you teach your team to get together in groups? Do you teach your team that, hey, listen, you got to invest in yourself in order to get some of my personal time? These are the type of things that I have been implementing into my business that has allowed me to start to create more duplication, right? Free up my time so I'm not constantly in front of the computer or not constantly on the phone, right, doing three-way calls or anything, or home meetings like that, simply because I made the decision that I'm going to really teach my team how to be leaders and how to be leaders and be absolutely productive using the minimal amount of time in their business, right? So how does this translate to you? Listen, if you're at all looking to build a massive organization, create leaders and duplication in your organization, right? Because you may be a good recruiter, right? You may be able to go out and sponsor, 2 to 3 people per day, or even, five people per week, whatever it is. You may be a good recruiter right now, but if you currently don't have the sort of organization and the structure and the influence and the duplication that you want in your business, my friend, then you need to get on this training, right? I encourage you, I urge you, I challenge you, my friend, to get on this live webcast that's going down tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One of my good friends in the industry, one of my mentors, David Wood, owner of Empower Network, he's going to be hosting a live webcast training on the team building formula. Now, when I caught wind of this and I saw what he was sharing, I thought it was an absolute game changer, because the reality is, even if you're a great recruiter, like I've been for quite some time, if you don't have the type of team that you want, right, if you don't have the duplication, there's some holes in your business, right? And when you firmly understand the core concepts behind team building and creating influence and creating and establishing a culture, right? One of my mentors, Lawrence Tam, I'll never forget. I was in Charlotte a couple months ago, and me and him, we stepped aside from the group of people that we were talking around, and he talked to me for about 2 minutes, and we just talked about different things in my business and what I was looking to do, and how I could grow to where I wanted to grow in my business, right? And the last words that he said to me is, James, it's all about culture. It's all about culture, right? And you may be saying to yourself, oh, well, my company has a culture, right? And this, that, and the third. Yeah, I totally get that. But you have to have a culture within your team, because you got to remember, you are the leader, and people will do what you do. So if you want to learn the concepts that's going to allow you to raise yourself as a leader so that you can attract more quality people, so that you can create more duplication, you can create bigger teams faster and quicker while doing less work, right? Because you're in this business for leverage, right? Some of you may be in it for recognition as well. Me personally, I'm in it for leverage. But listen, right now you got to make a decision. Not just a decision, but make a choice. And make a choice to go out and achieve your goals. Make a choice to go out and live your dreams, and make a choice to build your business simpler and faster and quicker and more duplicatable than ever before. And by getting in front of this live webcast recording, this live webcast training that's going down tomorrow between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to get 6 hours. 6 hours of no holds barred training on how you can go out and build massive teams and massive organizations from a guy who's created a company that's generated over $130 million, over $14 million earners, and countless, and I mean countless, six-figure earners, right? And where you go to a live event and you see 95% of the room get up and raise their hands and stomp and clap and cheer and yell because they've gone out and gotten commissions, right? I'm sure you've never been a part of a company like that. It's an amazing thing, my friend. But listen, you want to get access to this webinar because it's going to be powerful for you. It's going to be powerful for you, and I know it's going to be powerful for me. I'm telling you to do what it is that I've already done. I'm telling you to do something that I've already made a choice and a decision on. And at the end of the day, my friend, my team's going to grow faster. My team's going to grow bigger, right? We're going to go out and we're just going to dominate on websites like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and some other goodies that I'm going to, keep for the Just Get Money team, the worldwide Just Get Money team, right? But I just want to let you know what's going on, what we're doing as a team, how we're unifying, and the type of information that we're getting in front of, right? Regardless if you're looking to work with me directly or not, right? Whatever choice that you decide to make, right? And you still want to get access to this webinar because it's going to help you go out and grow whatever business that you're currently in, my friend. So make that decision right now. The live webcast is $7. $7, guys. So make that decision right now, because you spend more than that on a box of pizza, you spend more than that on booze, you spend more than that on 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks. So make the decision to plug in, make the decision to attend to live training happening tomorrow between 2 p.m. Eastern Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That way you can get instant access and you can dive into what Dave is going to be sharing with you, because it's going to be super, super powerful, my friend. I love you and appreciate you. Make that choice, make that decision. And for those of you that make the decision to plug into a live webcast, right, I'm going to have a special bonus for you as well that I'm going to be revealing later, my friend. So make the decision right now to plug into the Team Building Formula live webcast, and I personally look forward to connecting with you. I personally look forward to learning more about you and how I can help you go out and build massive teams and create more duplication in your business, my friend. I love you and appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video, my friend. Take care.